it's Kendra and Dustin, and we are back with another episode of Cherrywitched. We recorded this. Well, okay, we played this, we didn't record it. So, this is round 2 for us. So, if our reaction...
It said it was recording. I don't know why it didn't record.
But, yeah, so if our reactions are slightly different, we're not as surprised. That's why. But don't worry, because today we are taking a different route than last time. We are going to go back into the vent, mainly because my brain does not feel like trying to figure out the answer to the other question. So, that's what we're doing. And hang on tight, because you're in for a ride. Here we go! This one.
Yeah.
Alright, investigate.
No.
Shoot. Wait, title.
You can just hit load.
Oh, good idea. Okay! Escape! Ignore the crying child. My top priority should be finding my communicator. Anyone else trapped in here will help get rescued too. Walking through the door leading out of the kitchen, I found myself in what looked like a cherry-themed waiting room. Odd. What on earth would you need a waiting room for? I'll just say that the layout of this building is confusing. Because I'm picturing... For us, we're in New York. Okay, this is follow my mind. We're in New York.
Okay.
Most bakeries, in my mind, in New York, are like at the bottom of like a really, really tall building.
Uh-huh.
So how does this work? How do you have not only like a death factory? I don't know what to call it. Like some kind of weird stuff going on. Okay, maybe I could see that happening in a New York bakery. No offense to New Yorkers if you're watching this. Maybe. But to have so many rooms in a one building in New York, that's unheard of. No, I guess...
Could also be, magic.
I was literally about to say that. What is that called in D&D where you have a hut, but it's like really...
Leomund's tiny
hut? Like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
What is it?
I didn't even think about that.
What's the other one? Mordecaiden's Magnificent Mansion?
Yeah. It all makes sense now. Because, yeah, I was sitting here last time being like, how does this work? How does any of this work? How do they have so much room? What is the layout? But duh, magic. I don't need reason with magic.
Yeah. The only thing is that since they were mechanical claws that took strawberry, it makes this place feel like it's actual,
You're right. It's like, what's that one famous murder castle? With all the traps and the secret walls.
You mean like H.H. Holmes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his castle called?
I think it was called...
I
think they just call it Murder Castle.
The Murder Castle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's really creepy and awful, but interesting. That's what I'm thinking is going on here. Lots of secret rooms and... What is it? Like false walls.
Chicago, I think, is where he was.
Oh, maybe that's what I should be picturing. Inquiry's voice would be so different with a Chicago accent. I can't do it. Anyway, continue. I couldn't get the sound of crying out of my ears, even though I was far away from where I first heard it. I felt guilty. Did I really do the right thing? Is what I'm doing right? It echoed in my brain, getting louder and louder. Gripping my pointed ears, I desperately tried to get the noises out of my head. Just stop it! I'm doing everything I can! My feet stumbled over themselves amidst my panic. However, I was able to quickly catch myself on the cherry-themed lamp.
Wonder why Inquiry gave herself pointed ears.
You think she did it?
Well, they implied at the beginning that the witches choose their forms, and that's why they all choose to be human-shaped. To some degree, they choose their forms, at least.
I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure there are some people that would prefer pointed ears.
I mean, yeah, I was just
like me.
I was just wondering why.
I don't know. Maybe she played a lot of, like, Zelda. Maybe it was Zelda in this universe. I don't know. I feel like pointed ears would be kind of annoying, to be honest.
It's just, it was an interesting fact. She pointed out she has pointed ears. Cherry and Strawberry don't. They have rounded ears.
Oh, yeah, they do. I have no idea, actually. Good question. Click. The lamp made a noise. Despite my fear that I broke it, rumbling sounds coming from the wall made me aware that the lamp was designed to be a switch. I was met with a hole in the wall where the painting once stood. Normally I would use my magic to detect any traps or triggers, but seeing as how I didn't have any of that now, hesitantly I crawled through the tight space. What?
Well, when you compared to D&D earlier, that just made me think of
the traps in
Detect Trap, which doesn't actually find traps when you use Detect Trap.
What
it
does
just
it
tells
do?
you that there are traps.
Well, I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what that would look like. Do you think that it's kind of like when we play Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach and you can see through the walls and things are glowing?
Well, I kind of like... did you ever watch either me or Trevor play the Batman games?
No. I tried to think about it in my brain, and my brain was like,
Well, in the Batman games, when you can enter detective mode and everything,
changes color or something?
Yeah, and then little things are highlighted.
Cool. And just... Pew. Those are my eyes. I'm making my eyes move. I don't know if you guys can see that.
No, I like to think. I think it's like that.
That'd be pretty cool. Though I feel like that's also pretty limiting. Like, if all you can do is see stuff for magic, compared to other people who can, like, grant wishes and stuff.
Well, remember, they could do magic outside of their
specialty.
Specialty.
They just have to train.
It has extra cost.
Right.
Your specialty does, it costs less for you.
Makes sense. Alright. I paused my crawl for a moment, hearing peculiar noises from the other side of the wall.
So maybe these witches are more like sorcerers. It's for D&D as opposed to like wizards.
Ooh, or druids.
Or druids, yes.
Mm-hmm. Sloshing, chewy, animalistic-like noises tearing into something.
The magic is inside them.
It's inside you. Oh, how I miss this high. Cherry pie? I know I shouldn't, but maybe just a few more bites. It'll make the feeling last longer. Flesh, blood. The smell was so strong it filled my senses even from all the way back here. I feel so refreshed, so perfect. Bless the beginners for revigorating my soul. Bless the beginners. Cherry wasn't eating a meat pie. She was consuming a witch whole, nucleus and all, from the sounds of it. Laughter reverberated throughout the entire building. I like to pause to give the laughter the entire creepy factor that it gives me. So, you're welcome. Anyway.
But it's laughing. They're happy.
Okay, I think everyone can tell the difference between a kind of a laugh and a they're very different. Oh my, what a mess. I'll have to clean all this up before I see my beloved again. I wouldn't want to scare her. It's a bit too late for that, buddy. Silence. Cherry must have left to clean herself up. With that, I continued crawling my way through, feeling more uneasy than before. A secret room with a lone file cabinet in the middle. There could be useful information in there. I'll have to look through it. Rummaging through the file cabinet, I found some peculiar notes.
Just noticed they say file cabinet.
Instead of?
Most people say filing cabinet.
Oh. I think I say filing. File. Filing? I don't know. Drop it down in the comments below. What do you guys say? Okay. I'm going to read this in my normal voice because I feel like I mess up words more if I'm reading, but my mind is also trying to filter what I'm saying with a accent. So, from the beginning, there were 7 witches. The witches of fire, water, land, artisans, war, mind, and heart. These witches were called the beginners. The beginners held immense magical power and paved the way for all witchkind to flourish. They eventually formed into a group that called themselves the Council of Witches. They were able to split off parts of themselves in order to create new witches, and thus the sharing of magical energy became known. Even when the beginners expired one by one, the Council of Witches continued forth in their honor. Their energy still lives on within all of us. After all, in the form... I read that right. After all, in the form of our nucleus. The magical nucleus is the most powerful part of a witch. Harvesting these nuclei and adding it to our own is a direct guarantee to everlasting life. So long as we keep harvesting, we will be everlasting. There's so much more in here, but I should be getting the hell out of here. What am I doing? What should I do? Read more! Give us that information. There might be something important here. More secret base locations, dangerous plans we could stop. I have to keep digging. I pulled out another page from the cabinet. Report 16X. 16/X? I don't know. This makes me think that it's like a file, right? Rather than a date, like file 16X. Maybe it's just like X for top secret.
I mean, it could be censoring a date with one X as opposed to, usually when you censor a date, it's XXX, 4.
Yeah.
Did I do that? XXX.
The Council of...
report 16 of year whatever.
Blah, blah, blah.
Just so, how games do that.
Yeah, so then you can't, try to pinpoint it down at a specific
or
time.
So you can play it and not feel like you're out.
Right. You're not breaking immersion. The council may be having another competition to choose new members in the next few cycles. The representatives of land and mind are growing older. Perfect for harvesting, if we can arrange such a feat. Everlaster Cherry Pie suggested recruiting the Mind Division investigator, Inquiry, into our ranks. We are allowing her to attempt communication within a controlled environment.
The name Everlaster just sounds funny to me.
I think it's funny because it's Everlaster Cherry Pie. It's just, I don't know, I find it funny.
It's like you couldn't come up with a more creative name for your
cult
members.
No offense to the, original witches, but to me, the beginners... I hear that and I think, they're like little babies. They're just starting out. I don't think, creators or something like that, which is, I feel like, what I'm supposed to be getting, but, whatever. Whatever. It's okay. It's whatever. If successful, we may be able to use her to harvest the land and mind representatives' nuclei. This was bad. An assassination attempt on one of the council members? I frantically dug through the drawer once more. My nose itches. So, theoretically speaking, if they didn't harvest those members, they would die and then more witches would be born, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
At least that's what it sounded like at the beginning. Huh. We could always be, misinterpreting
wrong, yeah.
But, as far as what we've kind of,
pieced together. And we talked about this in the other recording, but that did not get recording. But that explains also why Cherry Pie was so surprised, if you remember, back when we were first investigating. Because it sounds like they were in the works of that plan. So if somebody had jumped the gun, it's no wonder that she was like, what? Her mask fell off and thus began pretty much everything. All right. Top secret. If you're reading this, that means you're a member of our preparation committee. It is imperative that this document not leave your eyes. Which is... Okay. Our scientific specialists in the everlasting have found substances within the witch's nuclei to be heavily addictive once ingested. We must take caution not to let others know until we can find a way to counterbalance its urges. If they find out, it may cause an uproar. This being said, be careful to monitor your own intake. Member Cherry Pie's pie slices have been the easiest cover to both prevent suspicion and keep daily intake to a minimum. Suggest to anyone who seems to be displaying erratic behavior only one pie slice a day until the urges subside. So, to that, do they have to eat a piece of someone every day or they'll die? Or is it the addiction?
Well, it sounds like the addiction
is what makes them want to eat that often.
It sounds like they'll lose themselves to it if they don't manage it.
Kind of like a vampire.
Or like a Wendigo or something.
Yes. Which is what I talked about last time. That was such a good analogy from me.
Yeah.
I said that, yeah, it's kind of like the Wendigo story. It is exactly like the Wendigo story. Well, kind of. The reason it came up is because I was wondering, is it the cannibalism happens and then the addiction happens because of it? Right? Isn't that what it is?
Something like that.
I was so much more poetic. I asked such a good question, I swear. But yeah. I wonder why, because normally, the way addiction works is normally it's like there's some kind of substance that stimulates the brain's reward track, I guess, and it ends up basically changing the chemicals in your brain. But I don't know how magic works, because I'm like, I don't know how that would be addictive, but I guess if you have like tingly feelings whenever it happens, it just keeps getting worse. If the everlasting is growing this powerful, the very magical balance of our universe could be at stake. We're already on the brink of a magic energy crisis. Taking in too much for yourself is destined to doom the balance of our world. I don't know why that looked wrong. Of course these bastards wouldn't know that. Which is also what we talked about in the other recording, is like, if they're eating people but don't reproduce with the power, then does that power just go away?
It does kind of sound like that, because it's implying that there's not enough magical energy to create new witches.
Yeah, or at least there's some kind of
for
energy
witches to do
magic.
Their magic.
Yeah, which is weird.
Which is also then what witches are born from, so...
I don't know, it's kind of weird, because isn't that the thing, it kind of like the matter can't be created or consumed or something?
Seems like it.
Yeah. So this would be basically ruining their own kind in the long run. Because they'd run out of magic.
Forever.
But...
because they have all the magic.
But wouldn't you run out of magic? I don't know. My brain's gonna hurt if I think about it too hard.
Well, apparently the beginners lived forever until they started making other witches.
Oh.
And then they started...
And then that's why they...
And then they eventually grew old and died.
Interesting. So maybe they're just kind of hoping to get to a point where they won't have to consume anyone else, but now with the addictive properties mixed in, how would they know?
Yeah.
Interesting. That explains Cherry's erratic behavior. All she cares about is getting her next fix. She's not entirely there. Ugh, my head. It's always the head. And I feel like that wouldn't happen in real life. I mean, I don't know. We've gotten hit in the head a couple times today, so maybe that would work. But, like, normally, I don't think one person, like, I would assume a baking pan, since she's, you know, a baker. Maybe a rolling pin.
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't knock you out right away, right?
It depends how hard she can hit.
What if she's knocking us out using magic?
Maybe.
I didn't even think about that.
She said, "Ugh, my head."
Oh, that's true. Well, no, yeah, sharp pain. I was gonna say.
Well, no, the sharp pain is because of other things.
Oh.
Other things that have not been said yet.
Stuff is about to happen and I'm uncomfortable. Alright, here we go! The second I grew conscious, I felt a sharp pain near my knees.
But it's not like what I was going to say. It's not like when, you wake up from surgery, you're like, ugh, my head.
Right, you're like out of it. You kind of have a headache, but not a headache. It's weird.
I mean...
It's like your brain's too dry.
Wasn't my experience waking up from it. It was just waking up, basically.
Oh.
Have you had?
Yeah, I've had surgery, but I was really, really young, so I might not remember it super duper well. I don't remember.
I mean, the only time I've had surgery was.
I was just really impressed because they were like, "Count down from 3," and I said 3, and then I woke up in another room. Okay. The second I grew conscious, I felt a sharp pain near my knees. My mind was foggy. My limbs felt more numb than ever before. What's going on? What happened to me?
I mean, we basically guessed what happened, to be fair.
Yeah.
But we don't want to spoil things.
Muffled feminine laughter echoed in my ears. Splotches of reds and browns came into my vision. Those muddled colors soon took form and to create a deranged young woman hovering over me. I jolted back, or at least I tried to. My arms seemed to be restrained by something. Good morning, sleepyhead! Or, well, good afternoon! My speech slurred as I tried to scream out, only to be muffled by a blood-soaked hand. Now. Screaming won't work, so don't even try it. You really broke my heart there, Sugar Pie. Why did you have to run away like that and snoop through my things? I thought you loved me too. Was I too scary? Too forward? I wanted to do this right. What am I saying? You can't talk right now. Silly me. There's no use fronting over the past now, anyhow. All I can do is try to protect our future together. Oh, speaking of protecting our future, you may notice your lack of legs. I struggled to move my head up from what I now realized was some sort of operating table. Looking down confirmed Cherry's words. I was unhappily greeted by the sight of legless nubs wrapped in crimson-stained gauze, which is so disturbing. I don't like you. I don't like you one bit. All I could utter out of my sedated state were groans and mumbles of discomfort. My legs. God damn it. How am I going to get out of this now? There's no way out of this. Wait, is there any way out of this? Hey, now, sugar pie. There's really no need to fret. If you're like this, I can protect you more. The Everlasting wanted to kill you, but I'm saving you, just like you saved me. Oh, how poetic. If you ran away, you'd have been dead for sure. And we just can't have that. Besides, it's not like your legs will go to waste. Go to waste? No, she couldn't mean. They'll be the most delicious addition to a pie ever created. I just wanted this to be special. You're going to become one with me at long last. It's a dream come true. This meat, it's so special. Normally I'd use my slice and dicer for dismemberment, but I wanted to savor the moment as much as possible, so I used a bone saw instead. Shoot. I may cut off your hands while I'm at it. That way you won't go snooping around again. Decisions. How's a girl to choose? My darling, you're going to be delicious. Ending 3 of 6. Cannibal Addict. It's so disturbing. Well, that is where we are going to end today's episode. I'm disturbed. I don't know if that's the worst ending. We were debating this last time because Strawberry being crushed to death by robotic claws, I guess. That was kind of disturbing too.
And like I said, the place that I found, the guy walked through, they say that the other ending that's not the true ending is the worst ending.
Which is so interesting. What is where? I guess it's down to personal preference, right? Preference? I don't know. But
we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We might get there. It might be,
It might be worse. It might not be that bad in our opinion. Who knows? So you got that to look forward to. Yay. But anyway, man, what a game. I swear, this game went from 0 to 100. And it's creepy, but I'm enjoying it. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. If you want to try playing this game yourself, which I highly recommend you do, there should be a link in the description below. Check it out. Show the game and the game creator, SmileStrawbunny, some love. But yeah. This is the second game in the series. And there's only 2 games so far, which I'm kind of sad about because I feel like we have so many questions about the universe still. At least I do. Like, I want to know more. I am a plot-driven person. Give me more details. But right now there's only 2 games. Maybe in the future there'll be another game. I have no idea. I can hope. A girl can dream. But yeah, so check it out. Show the creator some love. If you are gonna play, I would suggest playing Cherrywitched first, and then this. That's the order we played it, at least. So, check it out that way, because then there's things that you'll see.
The order they came out in, also.
True. So, I would assume that's kind of how it was intended. But, yeah, if you have any possible game theories, comments, or if you are like some of the other fans in the series that we've done before, and you like go on Tumblr or whatever, follow the creator on Twitter, and you might have some answers to the questions that we're talking about, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. Obviously, all we ask is no spoilers. But if you're like speculating things, know things, and you're like, let me share this information with you, feel free to do so. If you want to come and talk to Dustin and I live, you can always come to one of our live streams on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, we don't stream this specific game. We stream other games. If you're curious about what we're currently playing, we upload all of our VODs to our YouTube channel, which I'm guessing you're on right now. So if you want to decide what game you want to come to, or maybe you want to catch up on this, like the game that we're currently playing. Those are all there. If live streaming is not your thing, no worries. Just stay on YouTube. Drop it in the comments below. Whatever you wish to say to us, even if it's just hi, I'll say hi back. We love a good hi. What's up? But there's plenty of games like this to choose from on our YouTube channel if this is your thing. Spooky but cute things is kind of our jam, so we recommend pretty much like any game that we've really played. Yeah, just look around. There's plenty there. We have 2 other games by this specific creator if you're kind of on like a creator binge, which is what I personally do a lot. I find someone that I love and I just binge it all. It's From the Sun to the Moon and Don't Let It Out. They go together, the 2 games go together, just like Cherrywitched and Berrywitched. However, it doesn't seem like they're in the same universe, so there shouldn't be any specific order you have to watch it in or anything like that. I don't think so. Yeah. I'm not getting that at all. But I recommend that series if this game creator, their style, their plot, whatever is what you love. They'll satisfy you, I promise. But we do have a bunch of other games available, so feel free to get a little sneak peek. Before you jump into the series, you can go to our TikTok, our YouTube Shorts, or our Instagram Reels. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Sweet. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel like doing. We will appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.